हाय फ्रेंड्स। आज हम क्लास 8 की साइंस पढ़ेंगे। चैप्टर नंबर 6, कंप्लीट चैप्टर 6। व्हाट इज केमिकल रिएक्शन? द प्रोसेस बाय विच न्यू सब्सटेंसेस आर क्रिएटेड बाय rearrangement of atoms or molecules. Question number 2, what are reactants? The chemical that you used at the start of the reaction are called reactants. What are products? The new substances formed by the reaction are called products. Write two physical characteristics of sulfur. Number 1 point, sulfur is a yellow powder. Number 2 point, sulfur can easily be separated using a magnet when iron is attracted to the magnet. Question number 5, write two physical characteristics of iron fillings. Number 1, iron fillings are of grayish color. Number 2, iron fillings stuck to the magnet, leaving sulfur behind. Question number 6, how can we initiate start iron sulfur reaction if iron fillings and sulfur are gently heated together? The yellow of the sulfur disappears and a dark gray substance is formed. This is iron sulfide. Question number 7, how do we know that iron sulfide is produced? Iron sulfide is a new substance and the heating has caused a chemical change to take place. Question number 8, write down two characteristics of iron sulfide. Number 1, iron sulfide is a dark gray substance. Number 2, it is not possible to remove iron from iron sulfide. What is an exothermic reaction? Explain with example. A reaction which gives out heat is called an exothermic reaction. When iron and sulfur are heated together, they release the heat and makes one product. What is endothermic reaction? Explain with examples. Some reactions that take in heat energy as they happen, these are called endothermic reactions. The process of photosynthesis involves taking in energy from sunlight. It is an example of endothermic reaction. What are the uses of iron sulfide? Iron sulfide is used in certain rechargeable batteries. What is appearance of magnesium? Magnesium is a very gray metal, and if you hold a piece in a flame for a few seconds, it will suddenly burn with a brilliant white light. Question number 3, what happens when we burn magnesium? When magnesium burns, a massive white light is burned, and when it combines to oxygen in the air, it forms a white powder. Why is magnesium used in fireworks? Fireworks are designed by scientists who choose chemical substances including sulfur and magnesium and mix them in just the right amount to produce light and sound energy as well as heat energy. What is produced when magnesium is burned? When magnesium is burned, it produces white powder. Write balance equation of burning of magnesium. 2 Mg plus O2 is equal to 2 MgO. Write two uses of magnesium oxide. Number 1, magnesium oxide is used as a medicine to relieve indigestion. Number 2, it is also used in the processing of leather and to make Portland cement. What is effect of size of particles of reactants on the speed of reaction? A powdered substance reacts more quickly than one with larger pieces. This is because the powder has a much larger surface area, so more reacting particles come into contact. A lump of coal, for example, burns slowly in air, whereas coal dust can react explosively. Effect of temperature on its speed of the equation. Chemical reaction is faster if the temperature rises. This is because the reacting particles have more energy and collide with each other more quickly and more often, increasing the temperature. When calcium carbonate and hydrochloric acid react will not increase the final amount of carbon dioxide produced, but the same amount of gas will be produced in a much shorter time. What effect does concentration of reactants have on the speed of reaction? If you increase the concentration of a reactant, there will be more of the chemical present, more reactant particles moving together, allow more collisions to help and to happen, and so the reaction rate is increased. The higher concentration of reactants, the faster rate of reaction will be. What does pressure play when reactants are in gas form? Increasing the pressure on a reaction between two gases will increase the rate of the reaction. Increasing the pressure reduces the volume of the gases, moving their particles together. What is the role of light in reactions? Increasing the light intensity will increase the rate of some reactions, including the rate of photosynthesis. This is also true of photography, where photographic film is coated with chemicals that react to light. What is catalyst? A substance that increases the rate of a chemical reaction without itself undergoing any permanent chemical change. Write example of reaction what is affected by a catalyst. Palladium. If you light a match in a room with hydrogen gas and oxygen gas, there will be an explosion and most of the hydrogen and oxygen will be combined to create water molecules. Write names of all types of chemical reactions: combustion, oxidation, thermal decomposition, displacement, neutralization, precipitation, reduction, fermentation. आगे इन सब इसी बारे में सारा बताया है. ये नंबर 1. What is combustion? Combustion is burning. Example of combustion with its chemical reaction: burning of fuel, heat and oxygen are examples. ये हो गया combustion का. What is oxidation? Reactions. Oxidation reactions are chemical reactions where oxygen is gained by one of the reactants. Write example of oxidation reaction. The reaction between magnesium metal and oxygen to form magnesium oxide involves the oxidation of magnesium. ये oxidation के बारे में हो गया. Explain thermal decomposition reaction with example. A thermal decomposition reaction occurs when heat is applied to compound causing it to decompose, break down into multiple different chemical substances. An example is when baking soda, sodium bicarbonate is heated to NaHCO3S is equal to CO2G plus S2OG plus Na2CO3S. ये थर्मल डिकम्पोजिशन के बारे में हो गया. Explain displacement reaction. Displacement reaction is a chemical reaction in which a more reactive element displaces a less reactive element from its compound. Both metals and non-metals take part in displacement reaction. Example: reaction of iron nails with copper sulfate solution. Fe plus CuSO4 is equal to FeSO4 plus Cu. Question number 3. Explain neutralization reaction with example. ये number 3 है. A neutralization reaction is when an acid and a base react to form water and salt and involves the combination of hydrogen ions and hydroxyl ions to generate water. Example: when sodium hydroxide is added to hydrochloric acid. Explain precipitation reaction. A precipitation reaction is a kind of chemical reaction in which two soluble salts in a fluid solution mixes and one of the items is an insoluble salt or precipitate. What is meant by precipitate? To cause a solid to settle out of solution. What is reduction reaction? The removal of oxygen and opposite of oxidation is called reduction reaction. How is iron ore refined and purified into iron? Iron ores are refined in the blast of furnace. The product of the blast furnace is called pig iron and contains about 4% carbon and small amounts of manganese, silicon, phosphorus, and sulfur. Part of this carbon separates out in plates in the form of graphite but remains physically mixed in the iron. ये हमारा लास्ट रिएक्शन है. Explain fermentation reaction. Fermentation is the process by which sugars are turned into ethanol by the fungus yeast. Carbon dioxide is produced as a waste product. Glucose plus water is equal to ethanol plus carbon dioxide. C6H12O6 is equal to 2C2H5OH plus 2CO2. आज की हमारा ये चैप्टर ख़त्म होता है.